Hello Virgo, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Virgo, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Virgo, let's get started. How does Virgo currently view this relationship for Virgo, Sun, Rising, and Venus? All right, Virgo. So we do have the Two of Swords. We do have the Ten of Swords. And then we also have the Six of Cups. All right, let's talk. So Virgo, it looks like things came to an end here between you and a soulmate. Now, this soulmate has been a part of your life for quite some time now, is basically what I'm gathering. So this is definitely not like a fairly new relationship that came to an end. This is a relationship that came to an end between you and somebody that you do have a whole lot of history with. Now, with the Two of Swords coming out here, this is where it kind of gets interesting, Virgo, because it looks like you were the one that actually kind of called it quits here, you know, between you and this person. You kind of find yourself questioning whether or not you made the right decision by ending things here with this person that you know, have a whole lot of history with. It's like you're second guessing yourself. Like, did I make the right decision or did I not make the right decision? All right, let's look at this person. How does this person currently view this relationship? So we do have the Knight of Cups. We do have the Devil out here. And then we also have the Ten of Cups. Okay. Okay. Interesting. We have, this is interesting, very interesting combo. For some of you, you could be dealing with a Capricorn, possibly a Pisces specifically, maybe even a Cancer or a Scorpio. It doesn't necessarily have to be the case. It's interesting because I feel like this person is trying to like make you feel like you made like a terrible decision by walking away from them. Yeah, it's like they're trying to make you feel like you made a terrible decision by walking away from them, which kind of explains, you know, as to why you're harnessing the energy that you're harnessing as far as second guessing yourself is concerned. But it's interesting because this person has the Devil within their energy. So that's kind of telling me that this person allowed something and or someone to come in between the two of you, causing the relationship in itself to become very, very toxic, unstable, you know, chaotic, things of that nature. Let's look at the Devil. This is a very interesting combo. I don't think I've ever seen this combo ever. Tell me more about the Devil. Yeah, I mean, this person's not harnessing good cards on their behalf. Just saying, they're not harnessing any sort of good cards on their behalf. You know, this is, I don't know, just from the looks of it, it doesn't look like you made the wrong decision here by walking away from them. I just think that this person's very convincing as well as persuasive. It's like they rather, yeah, it's like they rather sit here and convince you that you made it, you know, yeah, it's like they rather sit here and convince you that you made a terrible decision, a terrible, you know, mistake by getting up and walking away from them. It's like this person's portraying themselves to be somebody who loves you, cares about you, is honest, is trustworthy, but I'm sorry, this person has a Seven of Swords to the Devil attached to their energy. So that kind of contradicts whatever it is that they want you to think and believe about them. With the Page of Pentacles to the Seven of Swords, I mean, Page of Pentacles represents somebody who's trustworthy. Seven of Swords represents sneaky behavior. It represents somebody who's not to be trusted. These two energies are very, very contradicting here. I mean, this person's over here trying to make it, you know, seem like, you know, they're an honest person, they're a trustworthy person, when in all actuality, they're not. They just want you to think and believe that they are, you know, an honest person, a trustworthy person, but with the Seven of Swords coming out here, that's kind of telling me that this person's not honest and they're not trustworthy. With the Knight of Cups coming out here to the Devil, again, two very contradicting energies here. You know, it's like this person wants you to think, believe, and feel like they really do love you and care about you, but again, they have the devil in their energy, which is very contradicting here, because if they do love you and they care about you, why are they allowing something or someone to come in between the two of you? You know, the devil can definitely represent somebody who, you know, is constantly making poor decisions. And their poor decisions, you know, end up affecting those around them. Like, for example, you. So again, it's just very contradicting. Very contradicting. Okay. Yeah, this is, yeah, well, yeah, you know, I don't know. I think it's safe to say that I think it's safe to say you're dealing with somebody who doesn't really know the true definition of honesty and the true definition of love. Just saying, you know what I mean? Just saying. I mean, if I'm going based off of the cards, yeah, it doesn't look like you made a mistake, but they're going to sit here and convince you that you did make a terrible mistake, you know what I mean, by walking away from them. But no, it doesn't look like you did. How does Virgo currently feel? You know, I feel like this person's just trying to gaslight you, Virgo. That's it. They're just trying to gaslight you, is what it is. They're trying to gaslight you. It's like they at times make you question your own reality. You see what I mean? So, you know, there's a possibility, Virgo, that you could be dealing with a narcissist. There's a possibility that you could be dealing with somebody who tends to manipulate you and gaslight you on a frequent basis. But it causes you to question your own reality at times. Like, well, maybe they are trustworthy, and maybe it's just me overthinking things. And, you know, maybe they're not that bad. Maybe it's just, you know, me overthinking things. You're not overthinking anything. You're not overthinking anything. I just feel like this individual is gaslighting you. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. This person's just gaslighting you and trying to manipulate you. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Tell me more about the devil. Okay, we have the Three of Pentacles to the Five of Pentacles, and then we also have the not only is this person gaslighting you and manipulating you, but this person has like a really, really bad habit of like flipping things on you. Like, Virgo, you're the reason. You're the reason why we can't get along, Virgo. You're the reason why our relationship is the way that it is. But you're not the reason. They're the reason. They have the Seven of Swords and the devil in their energy. That represents deception. That represents somebody who is consciously aware that they're out here making poor decisions that will ultimately affect you as well as their relationship with you, but they turn around and do it anyways. Like, this person's harnessing some pretty bad cards on their behalf, you know? But it's crazy because they turn around and flip it like, like, Virgo, like, you're the reason. You're the reason, Virgo. You're the reason why we can't get along. You're the reason. No, you're not the reason. They're the reason. They're the reason. They just want you to think you're the reason. But they're the reason. They're the reason. They're the reason. Okay. How does this person currently feel? Doom, 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 doom. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. So we have the Page of Wands. We got the Star. And then we also have the Seven of Pentacles. I mean, it just keeps getting worse at this point. This to me feels like a love bombing energy coming from this person. This feels like a love bombing energy coming from them. Look at that with the Ace of Cups too at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this feels like a love bombing energy coming from them to you. It's like they're trying to like butter you up and call you a biscuit and love bomb the heck out of you. It's like this person tries to like come off, Virgo, like, you know, like they're the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams, you know, just to get back into like your good graces all over again. Okay. All right. You guys might be around the same age. I am definitely getting that. I know, random download I just got, but tell me more about the Seven of Swords. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords, because I want to see why this person was harnessing the Seven of... Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. which I don't like the fact that that came out to clarify the Seven of Swords. And then we got the Ten of Wands, and then we also have the Seven of Cups. You know, Virgo, this is where you and I are going to have like a very serious conversation. I feel like you've forgiven this person for a lot of things. And I get it, you know what I mean? I get it. You know, I feel like you do it in the name of love, right? But I feel like you've forgiven this person for a lot of things to the point where they feel like they can honestly get away with absolutely anything. You know, they think that the worst is going to happen is that, you know, I guess you're going to get mad at them, probably threaten to leave them or something like that. And, you know, all they have to do is, you know, play this role of, you know, being, you know, the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams just to get back into your good graces all over again. Also to add in the whole manipulation aspect to it, the gaslighting aspect to it all. And, you know, that's it, you know, and everything's back to normal all over again. It's like this person feels like you'll never run out of like, yeah, it's like this person feels like you're gonna blah blah blah. I can't even talk this morning. It's like this person feels like you're gonna I can never talk. What is going on with me? Here we go. Okay, it's like this person feels like you're never going to run out of like forgiveness in your heart for them. Is what I meant to say. Jesus, let's keep going. What actions will Virgo take towards this person or moving forward? All right. Not at the bottom of the deck. Here we go. What in the world's going on with me? We have the Eight of Cups out here. So, you know, the Eight of Cups basically represents somebody, you know, who is currently unhappy. It also represents an energy of somebody who, yes, is currently unhappy, but wanting to essentially do something about it. So in the future, I do see you realizing how unhappy you are with this individual, and I do see you doing something about it. So we're going to look a little bit more into the Eight of Cups just to kind of see what's going on. In reference to what you plan on doing about this, you know, energy that you're experiencing of unhappiness due to your relationship with this person. Because at the end of the day, you want what we all want, right? Which is to be happy. That's what you're searching for, happiness. But you feel like you can't really obtain that or experience that, let alone have that with this person. So we're going to see what you plan on doing in the near future to obtain that level of happiness and emotional satisfaction that you truly crave and desire to have, as well as experience in your life. But before we get into all of that, I do want to see what actions they plan on taking in your direction and are moving forward. We got the Seven of Wands. We have the Page of Swords. And then we also have the Sun out here. I just got, that was a close call. That was a close call. For whatever odd reason, I'm getting that for them. That was a close call. That was a close call. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands. Yeah. Whatever it is that, okay. Let's rewind for a second here. Whatever caused you to fall into this energy of that's it, I'm done. Okay. You had every right. You had every right to fall into that energy off of whatever it is you thought they were doing or felt they were doing. You had every right to fall into that energy. So that's kind of telling me that if you thought this person was up to something, or you felt like this person was up to something, whatever it is you thought they were up to or felt like they were up to, more than likely they were up to. It looks like this person, quote unquote, is getting away with it because they're turning around and gaslighting you and manipulating you into thinking whatever it is that they want you to basically think, which is basically that you're crazy and that you're overthinking things and you don't know what you're talking about, Virgo. And it looks like they are, quote unquote, getting away with it. This is basically why I'm getting close call. Because this person feels like if you did catch them, I guess, you know, doing whatever it is that you thought they were doing or suspect that they were doing, that it would have potentially caused an ending between the two of you, potentially. In other words, like this person feels like this could have been something that you know, could have forgiven them for, or maybe you wouldn't have, it's like a 50-50. This person feels like you would have probably forgiven them for it, or maybe you wouldn't have forgiven them for it. It's like a 50-50. They don't necessarily feel like whatever it is that they said, well, it's something that they did. They don't necessarily feel like whatever it is that they did, would have been one of those situations where you would have been like completely and utterly done with them. Like there's no going back from that. But is there a chance that it could have gone to that point? Yes. Yes, absolutely. But that's just kind of how they're processing all of this, that there was like a 50-50 chance that you would have forgiven them for whatever it is that this person basically did that you suspect, I guess, that they were doing. But then there's also a chance that maybe you wouldn't have, because they don't feel like whatever it is that they did would have created a permanent ending between the two of you, and you would have just been flat out done with them. They just kind of feel like it was like a 50-50 chance, but it looks like this person's getting away with something, which is bringing in a whole lot of relief into their base and basically into their life. Tell me more about the Eight of Cups. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. We got the Seven of Cups, and then we also have the Queen of Wands. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we got the Five of Pentacles, we got the Five of Wands, and then we also have the Three of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands. Okay. In regards to what actions you plan on taking, in this person's direction and are moving forward, again, you're realizing how unhappy you actually are with this person, and I do see you doing something about it, as far as like obtaining this level of happiness and joy that you truly want to do, that you want to experience as well as desire to have in your life. Now when it is all said and done, I do see this person eventually hitting this energy, keyword eventually hitting this energy of looking back at their relationship with you with a boatload of regret, wishing that they didn't necessarily play the games that they basically played with you. I am definitely getting that, but this is an energy that's going to eventually hit this person, is basically what I'm getting. By the time this person decides to get their act together and change, it kind of looks like it's going to be too late, is basically what I'm getting. It's going to be too late. It's going to be completely and utterly pointless for this person to, get their act together and basically change their ways. It's going to be too late because you're going to be far gone by then. And when I mean far gone, I mean, you're not going to find yourself emotionally invested anymore. You're basically starting the whole process of checking out mentally and emotionally, and then eventually leaving physically. So by the time this person gets their act together, it's going to be too late. And I do see them, sitting in a lot of regret in reference to the way that they went about their relationship with you and the amount of games that they basically played, is basically what I'm getting. So, they might find themselves essentially feeling right now like they got away with whatever it is that they said, and or did, that you were suspecting, I am definitely getting that they may have gotten away with it, but it looks like in the end they will eventually pay for it. I am definitely getting that. Eventually this person will basically pay for it, but yeah, Virgo, I don't know. I feel like this person kind of gives you 99 reasons to up and walk away, and it kind of looks like eventually that will happen, where you will definitely get up and walk away, and by the time they want to get their act together, it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. I feel like this person rather play all of these games than to take you in this dynamic that they share with you, seriously. But, they may not regret it now, but it kind of looks like in the future, this person definitely will. They definitely will. I also am getting that this relationship will eventually come to an end between the two of you. And, when this person does attempt to move forward and move on with their life, it kind of looks like their love life is not going to be the best. Yeah, it kind of looks like this person's love life is not going to be the best. It kind of looks like this person's going to be single for a very, very long time, is basically what I'm getting. They're going to obviously date people and meet people along the way, but it's not going to be anybody that they foresee themselves building and establishing a life with. And the main reason why this person's love life is going to suck is because regardless if this person's consciously aware of it or not, they're trying to find either someone like you or someone better than you. And everybody that they're coming into contact with, they basically are a fraction of 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 who you are and what you basically bring to the table. And with that being said, this is why this person's love life is going to suck after you, because they just can't seem to find someone like you or better than you. They just, find people that are just beneath you and less than you. And it causes them to feel like if they were to go off and build with such, said person, that's like the equivalent of basically settling for less. But I feel like the universe is just simply giving them what they could honestly handle. Because if they couldn't handle you and the dynamic that they share with you and take you in this relationship that they share with you seriously, that's like them showing the universe, hey, thank you for sending me this good thing my way, but I can't handle it. I don't value it. So send me less. Why don't you? The universe is just basically sending them what they could essentially handle as well as resonate with. So for example, how this one over here likes to basically play games, because the universe basically mirrors you, basically. So with that being said, because this person plays like a lot of games and they're very deceptive and very sneaky and things like that, well, they're going to come into contact with people that are just like them, because the universe will definitely mirror you right back. So it kind of looks like the universe is basically delivering them what they've been delivering you, and it kind of looks like they're not going to like it. Is basically what I'm getting. But like I said, it's like the universe sent you into their life. And it kind of looks like they just don't know how to value or appreciate you. So the universe is going to send them somebody who is literally a fraction of 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 who you are and what you basically bring to the table. And it kind of looks like they're not going to like the options that are presenting, themselves to them. They're not going to like their options. They're not going to like their options at all, because these people are quote unquote beneath you. But when this person had you, it kind of looks like they couldn't get their act together. So I don't know. It kind of looks like the universe is just kind of giving them what the universe thinks that they can handle. Somebody who's going to play the amount of games that they play. Somebody who's going to lie as much as they lie. Somebody who's going to deceive as much as they deceive. Things of that nature, and the fact that this person is going to find themselves dealing with a lot of people that are literally a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of who you are and what you bring to the table just goes to show that this is somebody that you currently find yourself connecting with, who's basically a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of you and what you bring to the table. In other words, you more than likely bring far more to this table than they do. So like I said, Spirit's just kind of sending them what they can handle, as well as a boatload of people that they can personally resonate with, like, deceivers like themselves, manipulators like themselves, gaslighters like themselves, people who don't really bring much to the table like themselves. You see what I mean? Like the universe is just kind of mirroring back, this person basically, and it kind of looks like they don't necessarily like it. I am definitely getting that. So anyways, that is what I have for you, my friend. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading.